Let's get right into the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of the Sanity Conservation Squad. My name is Trent, and I'm joined, as always, by my best friend and co host, Kendall.
Hello, everyone.
We've got a lot to talk about tonight, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. The first thing we want to talk about is the terrible earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. Um, I don't know if you've heard anything about that, but it's rough over there.
What? I am reading up on it currently, and they're saying it was an upward of like 7.8 magnitude.
Yeah, it was kind of nuts. Um, it's
Yeah,
one of the worst
Jesus.
earthquakes in history. Obviously, if you can afford it, donate to the charities of your choice to help out the people of Turkey and Syria. And our thoughts are with them as they
Yeah,
rebuild from this terrible tragedy.
that's. Yeah, no one deserves to go through that, losing everything you own. Nature's scary.
Yeah, honestly, nature is very terrifying.
Yeah.
So, it seems to be the first thing that we always talk about. But last week's episode of The Last of Us, episode
Yeah,
4,
no.
thoughts?
Bro, Kansas and Missouri were on the map this time.
Getting some love.
Yes, sir. I I like the choice to swap over. It makes more sense pathing wise for like everything.
Absolutely, it does. There were some complaints, though.
Oh,
Not from
who's
me,
com
not from me, but from the people of the worldwide internet.
Oh, you know my opinions on the people of the internet.
Yeah,
I
I
love them I love them to death.
stop lying to me.
Okay. Our viewers are different
Our
though. They're
yeah,
different.
our viewers are different. So a lot of people were complaining that it wasn't as graphic in the video game with Pittsburgh. You know how Joel cut that guy's throat on the glass in the video game,
Yeah, I
and
was waiting for it, man.
spoilers if you haven't seen episode 4 of The Last of Us. I got ahead of it this time.
Yes.
I I wasn't necessarily mad at them toning down the violence because I mean think about it. In the game you kill hundreds of hunters in the Pittsburgh section. And I'm
It,
assuming what we saw in the town square was the whole ass town.
yeah, no, I mean, and like I understand for a video game like point. Yeah, they have to keep the action going, but like two people killing that many people, it doesn't really stack up. It doesn't make a lot of
I
sense.
mean, Joel killed 3 of them.
Yeah, and you can't tell me that the violence wasn't toned down. Like, I mean, it was off camera, but like when the last guy he killed, the kid, that was
Oh my gosh.
that was pretty chilling. Not the
Especially
worst thing, but like, ugh.
especially when like he was just laying there crying and he's like, my legs don't work. I want my mother. And then all you hear is just the thunk of the knife going in the dude's chest.
I there's some things like video games can do a lot more things uh than TV shows because you got to keep viewership, a wide viewership. But like I think they handled it well cuz you can't do everything and I think they did fine enough.
Absolutely. I'm very interested to see what they do with the new like villain of Kansas City because there was never really a villain in Pittsburgh. You were just kind of getting away from this group. It was an unnamed group.
Well, I mean, he we know that they like to humanize their villains.
I'm gonna reserve all rights until I play through the second one, and then I'm gonna just go off on this big old tangent after the last part is posted on my channel because I'm gonna play through both of them, and then I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go off.
Then I'll save all my opinions for whenever we want to talk about that.
Yeah,
But no, it was a good episode. The fun at there at the end where they're teasing that floor, the floor kind of moving,
yeah.
and then if you watch like what we're gonna see this next episode, and well, I'm excited for some things. That,
Oh, absolutely. Um, I don't know. It just like the brief little like 2 frame shot we got of the bloater was menacing.
listen, I don't I you gotta like we gotta hold out because the current episode just came out 30 minutes ago at the time of us recording this, so we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's going to be menacing. I love the character building between Joel and Ellie.
Oh my as so like I did have my reservations on Ellie's actor at the beginning. Anything I could have had against her has been put to the wayside. Absolutely, I have no quarrels with her. She's playing her very well.
Yeah, absolutely. The character building and the bonding between Joel and Ellie with the joke book and Joel teaching her how to use a gun and stuff like that. It's perfect.
I'm glad they brought in the joke book because not everyone who plays the game gets the joke book,
Yeah.
and they're copying some of those jokes directly out of the game,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's just great. They're doing a good job so far. I hope they don't squander it.
For real. Absolutely. I don't know. Good episode. In my opinion, there hasn't been a bad episode yet.
No, they're not yet. That's why I said they better not squander it because they have a very good record thus far.
Oh, 100%. So, with The Last of Us being a heavy hitter on HBO, what streaming service has the best original content? Not shows that are on, basic cable and stuff like that. I'm talking like Netflix originals, Hulu originals, HBO originals, Amazon Prime, all the big streaming services.
Well, you know what? I am immediately removing Hulu from the list because I don't really ever hear anything about their
The
originals.
only
And
Hulu originals there's only two Hulu originals I can think of, and that is um, How I Met Your Father, which I have not watched yet because I love How I Met Your Mother so much that I'm scared that it's going to ruin it for me,
uh,
and Solar Opposites.
okay, I have watched Solar Opposites and it's not bad, but we'll see if that continues. Since recent things.
Yeah. So that leaves what? HBO Max, Netflix, and Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah, and I mean Amazon Prime had a good run with like The Boys, I think was one of their originals.
Yeah, it's on my list to watch. I need to watch The Boys.
And I
Invincible.
they have Invincible. Okay, so I will say this: Amazon Prime and their animation is really good because I know you're not like a huge. I mean, you're a nerd in a different way than I. Like Vox Machina was their cover. It's like a D&D style show,
Yeah.
and it's a good campaign.
Speaking of D&D, not to get too off track, we'll get back to the streaming service question. Did you know that somebody's making this might interest you, The Last of Us like D&D
Oh, like
style?
an expansion?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we might have to put some research into that.
I've been seeing it on my TikTok all over the place.
I I mean, I'll look into it. Uh, But like when it comes to like streaming services and original content, I like Invincible, Vox Machina, and then The Boys. Like they have a good run. Netflix, their originals aren't. They're hit or miss.
They're either really, really great or they're terrible.
There's no middle line for
There
them.
really is not. But
And I mean,
in some of those great ones though, like you have like great Netflix originals. Like
because wasn't Peaky? Peaky's an original, isn't it?
it's considered a Netflix original, even though it airs on the BBC. But it's considered a Netflix original.
Well,
Um,
then there's some gray area there.
Ozark, I haven't seen, but everybody that I've asked about it said Ozark is really, really good. Um, fuck, I'm really drawing a blank.
I don't know if you watched the Castlevania series.
I did not, but I heard decent things about it.
I enjoyed it, and I think that's probably up there with one of my favorite originals for them. Um, the thing about HBO is,
I already know where you're going.
yeah, let's look at two of the shows they recently, considered their original with, Halo. Um,
Hey,
that's how to
Halo was
destroy a
Paramount
character.
Plus.
Oh, well, Paramount Plus is now deleted from the list. They don't count anymore.
I'm waiting for you to say it. You've said
I
it
every
you've
episode.
said it
I
every
won't,
episode.
I'm not gonna say it this time.
No,
My
go
opinions are
ahead.
spoken.
Because the last episode just came out.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't care. Um, fuck, man. I it's weird how they can go from one of my like the all-time lowest point of like TV ever, and then they produce The Last of Us, which is like peak content. And I hate to say it, but it averages them out. And I'd have to put either no, I'd probably put either Netflix or Prime TV up there,
So
and that bothers
you
me.
got to pick one: Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Oh shit.
You got to pick one.
I'd probably go Netflix just because I feel like Netflix supports more original content,
Fair enough.
even if it doesn't always hit.
Fair enough.
But
Congratulations, Netflix.
you did it, Netflix. You won an award.
Good job, Netflix. Stop. If you get rid of password sharing, I'm fucking done.
Listen, they said that they were calling that shit off.
Really?
Yeah,
Bro,
no. Did you not hear? Like,
no.
everyone was they were getting so much lashback that they immediately, like a week later, were like, "Oh, that was a mistake. We didn't mean to say that." Has all a U.S. just kind of side eyeing him, like, really? Little
Okay.
sus.
It's a good call, Netflix.
It's great. Good answer.
Good
Good
job. It's a
answer.
good answer. Good answer.
No, but when it comes to originals, I think they barely edge it out.
So, with original streaming services, we're seeing a lot of these reboots, such as I don't know a lot of them off the top of my head for some reason, even though I don't watch anime. The first one that pops into my mind is like Cowboy Bebop. So that brings up the question: is it really possible to make a reboot that's better than the original?
It's funny you should bring up anime because recently there's a new series being redone for a classic show called Trigun, made by the same creator, but it's been done so much better than what they did with Bebop. I mean, I know you're not huge weeb like me. I'm cringe.
You cringe,
Call it out.
cringe, nay, nay, baby.
I am a cringe nene baby, so be it. But I think that once in a blue moon you can get a reboot that it shines. It really does. Um and I don't know if there's like anything that you were thinking of, but
I'm drawing a
I
blank.
well let's look up some reboots.
You know what?
I
Let's.
mean cuz there's because I guarantee we've watched something in the past, you know, who knows how long. But
All right,
there's
I've got some.
oh yeah,
Uh, they rebooted The Fresh Prince of Bel Air to make it a drama.
who's starring?
I
Like who did they?
It came out last year. I have no idea. I never saw it.
Oh, isn't Netflix? They're rebooting Avatar, aren't they? Not the blue people, but like the classic show Last Airbender. Is that
Yeah,
something that was happening?
yeah, I believe so. Last I heard, they were doing it. Um, let's see what else we got here. Shit list. The iCarly reboot. I never watched that. I meant to watch that.
I what was it? They were trying to make it more of like a adult oriented comedy,
Yeah,
and a lot of people were just like, "That's not what gave it its shine,"
yeah,
because the characters were able to make everything funny. Like you can go back and watch the original iCarly, and you can still laugh.
yeah.
My boy Gibby,
Gibby.
Gibby.
But like, I actually, now that I think about it, I watched a reboot recently on Netflix when it came out. That '90s show.
Oh, you were telling me about it. What did you think of that?
Okay, not bad. Um, the actor and actress who played Kitty and Red Foreman carried. And I just think there wasn't quite enough of the original cast in it. The kids didn't do a bad job. There's definitely room for improvement and stuff, but it's not bad for a reboot. I didn't have a lot of high hopes going into it because I love that '70s show so much, but it wasn't bad.
I and I there's as I said, there's good ones that hit right. But like a lot of the time you have to question whether or not like it's just a lack of creativity in a certain writer or if they're just trying to get a quick like nostalgia cash grab.
Yeah,
And you can always tell which ones have a little more heart in them.
yeah,
And I mean, it's definitely possible to make a very good reboot, but it's
very easy to make a shitty one.
very easy.
Yeah, it all just depends.
Yeah, no. And you know what? There could be some that people are diehard for, like insisting that it's so much better, and other people just hate it. Like it's very polarizing when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. But moving right along, it's time to get into the one segment that we have on this show, and that would be crazy news headlines.
So this is the first one that I actually had no say in looking up. So I'm going in completely raw dogged.
So, phrasing. The first one of the year of that we're going to get into came January 3rd of this year. An airline worker died after being ingested into the engine of a plane.
Oh, I oh I've seen that happen multiple times on like a cartoon or like a TV show, and I always assumed it was just something that was like more of a joke than something that could actually happen. This is just another reason why I fear airlines.
I've never flown on a plane. I want to, but I
Right, they
mean,
might throw you in the engine, bro. What if that's how someone wants to kill you, and they're just waiting for you
gets on a plane, card gets declined.
into the engine you go. That's scary
Yeah.
because do you think like those run really hot? Do you think it like evaporates the blood, or do you think there was red on the tarmac?
I don't know. That's a great question.
It's also a scary question that I'm sad I have to ask. Oh man,
Man,
that's haunting.
yeah, that's a lot.
Please, next one.
This one is very interesting to me. Former manager of DoD Aerospace Threat Program. UFOs are real, which we'll get into in a little bit when we talk about one of our other topics. This came
Oh
out
yeah.
in October 11 or October 23rd, 2017. So yeah, first thing, do you think aliens are real?
Well, considering that, like, if our theory of like the universe infinitely expanding is true, like we can't even see the edge of it. We're one galaxy amongst how many? I
Millions.
don't know. Millions, probably billions.
Yeah,
There's no way that
we're it.
we're it. And if we are, that's frightening.
Very
Like
much
that
so.
is haunting. I don't want to think like that.
Very much so.
But
I do believe we're not alone in the universe.
I don't want to imagine a world where we're the only ones in the universe. That's no, like there's something out there. Do I think that aliens have visited Earth or not? I don't, because that I don't know. They wouldn't just, keep hinting at themselves. They would
Well,
show themselves.
everybody thought that they had aliens locked up in Area 51 when everybody was like, "Let's do the Area 51 raid."
There's I do believe there's some weird stuff at Area 51, but aliens doubt. I think that's just a theory that is a little bonkers.
Yeah, that's
What about you? Like, would you do you think there's
I don't
aliens kept at Area 51?
I don't know, man. That's a very good question. I'm really not sure.
Listen, I think that if aliens existed, or well, they do, but if aliens uh had visited us, there wouldn't be sightings. I feel like they would show themselves to us either by destroying our world, because they probably could do that, or no, probably just destroying our world.
I'm
That's
gonna
that's what I think they would do.
I'm gonna look up in the sky one day and I'm gonna see like a fucking Death Star.
Okay, well at least you got to see something cool before we all freaking
I
died.
just be like, finally.
I've been waiting. All the minor inconveniences have built up to this.
Like, walks outside, sees a giant Death Star. You know what? I'm going to do some living today. It's going to be my last day on Earth. I'm going to get. Jesus Christ. I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to drive around and see the world. Gets in the
No,
car doesn't start. You know what? Go ahead and do it now.
knowing us, it would be the day after us finally getting into a faithful relationship.
Tough scene. So
Man,
moving on. This article was published January 27th, 2023. Man crushed to death under outdoor urinal in London.
well, that's a shit way to go. He's really taken the pit. I'm done.
I have so many questions. Like, number one, how did you get under a urinal?
Do you think he was like one of the assholes that would like walk up to it and if someone's in there, he'd like kind of shake it? He just happened to shake it too hard and it killed him.
No, because it said he. Hold on. He became trapped under a hydraulic urinal.
Hydraulic? What the hell?
Yeah, I have no idea. That's crazy.
Hold on. You hydraulic urinal.
Are you looking up a hydraulic urinal?
Yeah, I'm curious. See hydraulic urinal. Hey, there it is. Oh, dude. So apparently they're like the automatic flushing ones. So like when it says so it's just like a thing of ceramic fell off the wall and killed him.
Jesus Christ!
How do you get your head underneath? Well, I have many questions, probably some that will never be answered. What the, like, I mean, go off, King, I guess. What
That's insane.
I don't understand how you mess up that that much.
That's insane.
Well, I mean, if you die that way, you're in over your head.
So this one was published February 9th of 2023. Rare cancer causes man to develop an Irish accent despite not having any Irish heritage.
Would that be like some form of like amnesia? Like, is it like reverse amnesia where instead of forgetting everything, you accidentally remember something you didn't know?
What kind of cancer do you think it was?
Okay, it's probably something stupid like testicular cancer.
Close, it's prostate.
Fuck, wrong side.
So yeah, the man, a cancer patient in his 50s, suddenly came out sounding, if he was from Ireland and continued to talk that way the rest of his life.
I
It's called
it,
foreign accent syndrome.
that sounds made up, man. That's what the hell, dude. The world is full of so many weird things, and that's just something I'm gonna find very hard to believe.
It's insane.
Why did it have to be the Irish accent? There's so many more accents that you could get. Like, at least get one that's like a little more attractive. No offense to any Irish people, but like, I I I feel like Russian or German or like Swedish. No, Swedish is kind of dopey. Ignore me. Um, I'll make a
So
list and have it next week of my hottest accents.
I'm going to hold you to that. So our final
All right.
crazy news headline for the night. My husband won't forgive me for farting in front of him. I'm devastated.
Are you sure that's not like a blog post? I
Yeah,
feel
it's from it's a UK website. It's from the mirror.co.uk.
I listen. Women, you're allowed to fart. That's fine. But like,
When you're
why though?
One woman recently confessed that she accidentally farted in front of her husband once through their 9-year relationship. The man, who wasn't a fan, reacted harshly, claiming that the slip up was absolutely revolting. While she and her husband of 6 years are open with each other most of the time, the woman admitted that the couple have opposing views on farting around each other. What a fucking beta cuck.
Dude, that man deserves, like, ma'am, come to me. I'll let you fart around me. There's nothing wrong with women. I'm gonna quit talking because I'm gonna get misconstrued,
She
and that's the
also
last thing I
explained
want.
that her husband's views on farting or burping aren't new issues. So you went into this shit knowing this.
Ma'am, it's a natural part of you. Oh my god. Does that, like, how much you want to bet that the guy's like some sort of like fat ass and farts a lot? Like, he's supposed to be the slob, so I don't know. That's such an odd issue to have. It shouldn't be an issue.
It really shouldn't be. Oh, there's more though.
Oh, good God. Why? Why? What? Where does it go?
She said horrifyingly, I wasn't alone in the toilet. I was lying in bed next to my wide awake husband, who had then turned to look at me with the most disgusted expression on his face. That is absolutely revolting, he said to me. Farting is the most unladylike thing a woman can do, especially in front of her husband. What a fucking cuck.
Fuck off. He probably says that and then gets pegged. Like, that's such a stupid issue to have. There's so many other things that you want a lady to avoid than farting. But then
While
again, it's not really your choice, is it there, dumbass?
honestly, while her husband accepted her apology, the woman claims that he continues to remind her of the incident and assures her he'll make sure she never does it again.
No, that woman's butthole's been sewed up, dude. This is some Saw type shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's scary. If a man's gonna prevent you from farting, why are we discussing this again?
You wanted strange news headlines. I gave you strange news headlines.
Oh God, bro, this is one that like I just don't understand how anyone would side with technically either of them.
So, to keep going kind of on the news, the rest of these plot points can be considered news, but they're more current ones that we want to talk about, stuff that's going on in the world. Have you heard about the website that lists streamers that are playing Hogwarts Legacy in attempt to cancel them? The game's been out for a few days now, excuse me, and the reviews are very mixed, if you will.
Didn't the people who make the game already like state that they don't have the game wasn't like they had nothing to do with J.K. Rowling?
Yes.
So I understand the hatred towards her.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit.
But like you have to admit, like disconnected from her, the world that was created is not something that like you can just throw away. Like that's
Yeah.
So I feel like any negative response to that is like BS. Because think of all the people who had nothing to do with her, who have made this game away from her saying anything, and by dissing this game, you were throwing aside like all the hours they threw into making this game, all the voice work, all the like just everything. Because the amount that it takes to go and make a game,
Oh, it's nuts.
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's nuts. So,
That's
I don't know. It got so bad to the point the website was taken down. But
good.
a Twitch channel named The Girlfriend Reviews, it got so she was getting so much hate she had to end the stream because she started crying.
Okay, well, you know what? Anyone who disrupts another person's fun, I hope you burn in hell.
Honestly,
Because there's one thing I believe in, and it's enjoying yourself, doing the things that you enjoy, and not letting others like do that is very against what I believe in.
absolutely. So
But
moving right along to the next issue. Have you heard about the balloon from China
China,
that was shot down in the United States recently?
wasn't there two spotted, or was it the same balloon in two separate areas?
I believe it was the same balloon in two separate areas. Do not quote me on that. I'm just a fucking idiot that reads things to make you laugh. Do your own research.
Well, well, if I remember correctly, it wasn't even just America's problem. Like there was multiple countries that kind of just they popped up.
Honestly, I think so. Um, but yeah, China was recently asking for the balloon back, as they have stated, it is not U.S. property.
Um, then don't let it fly over U.S. territory, maybe? Yeah, there's just a couple puzzle pieces that, don't fit into the. Dude, I don't want to say anything because, you could make this easily political.
You really could.
And yeah, I think it's interesting to talk about, something that needs to be talked about because, like, if it wasn't just America, that's a lot of overreaching on territory by one
But
country.
the crazy thing is, I believe, and don't quote me on this. This is something I heard on the Joe Rogan Experience, just like on a clip on TikTok. China really depends on the U.S. for a lot of exported things.
Well, we are one of the biggest, most, one of the wealthiest countries,
To the
and I say wealthy with a grain of salt because that's a lot of debt.
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 We really like spending money, and you know who really likes making money off of us? China.
We want more money.
And I feel like overreaching, like they already have us basically, they're basically palm feeding us. But
So, what country's the worst country then? Is it China? Like,
oh god, you're gonna make me think of the worst
so,
country.
like a country that you would not want to live in.
Is Bangkok a country or a city?
It's a
I think
city
it's a city,
in,
right?
in
What?
Thailand.
Probably Thailand. I just have a lot of hatred towards
I
Bangkok.
thought you were gonna say like France.
I don't like the French, but I just don't understand what drove someone to name a city after banging a cock.
Fair enough.
But
Fair enough.
listen, that's my based opinion on the worst country.
So,
Screw you, Thailand.
I had a decent conversation with a mutual friend of ours today about Modern Warfare 2 slash Warzone 2 Season 2.
Oh yeah, what would be your opinions?
Why in the fuck are we not getting any new maps?
Oh, buddy, if you want to get into it, we can get into it.
Yeah,
But
you know what? Sure. Let's get into it.
all right, so Call of Duty is a game that's like built on it's multiplayer. It's 6v6, and any bonus modes that come with it were supposed to be that bonus modes.
Yes.
But I think it's become such a polarizing thing where it's become such a money grab
So,
that.
if you
Oh,
did
go ahead.
sorry, if you didn't know, we're getting for the two maps in season, we're getting the museum map which we had in the beta, but Activision had to take away due to legal troubles with the map design and the way the map looked itself. And then we're getting a remake of a Modern Warfare 3 map, Dome. We're not getting a new map. We're getting a remake and one that they, got their legal troubles fixed. So,
It's sad because if you look at like the roadmap for all the updates and whatnot, they had they have a lot more coming out for Warzone and whatnot than their actual multiplayer, the game mode that the game was founded on.
90% of the shit in Warzone 2 that's coming is recycled content, other than the new map Ashik Island for Resurgence.
Well, I think the one issue is people need to quit coughing up money.
The store.
I'm a hypocrite, I know.
Yeah, I was about to say those anime bundles.
Bro, I've only bought one. They only have released one.
To be fair, I've only picked up one bundle too.
You picked up what was it, the Ethan?
Yep.
I don't remember what it was called,
I picked up the Ethan bundle.
worth. But we're hypocrites when we say this because you got to get a little bit of bling.
No,
but
we're hypocrites because of the game Black Ops 3.
We don't have to talk about Black Ops 3. We don't. Black Ops 3 is behind us. We've moved on. We've become better adults. I hope.
Why not? Let's talk about it.
Listen. All I'm gonna say is I'd be a lot wealthier if I never had played that game. But then again, look at the way that game's DLC and whatnot was structured.
So that brings up an interesting point. Would you rather go back to the season pass and get 5 or 6 multiplayer maps every 3-4 months instead
I
of the
don't.
free shit we're getting right now?
Well, I feel like with games, because games have been getting way more expensive than what they used to be, right?
Yeah.
Used to be you could buy a fairly new COD game for around 30 to 40 bucks. And then as time goes on, all this technology and you get 60, $70
You got the
games for the base
inflation and
version.
the economy.
Yeah, America.
Oh man.
But I don't know. I feel like if you were to lower the price of the game, maybe you could get away with it.
But I mean,
But
even then, like when they were doing the DLC maps, the games are still 50-60 bucks at launch.
it's true. But I feel like they need to focus more on their original game, like their original gameplay. You can't just release two
But if you have,
maps that
but
have
if you have
existed.
3,000 developers, if you have 3,000 developers, and we're only getting this for not just Modern Warfare 2, but Warzone 2, the fuck are we doing?
Well, one third of it was also DMZ. So they're putting all of their eggs into too many
So you
baskets.
could literally split up the amount of developers itself for multiplayer, Warzone, Warzone 2, and DMZ. At its core, all three of those game modes are great. They
But
are.
they need to be they need to be separate. They can't be this one conglomerate. And the thing about Warzone is it's free, but everyone's going to be buying packs for
Yeah.
new guns or skins, and that's the reason they're hard focusing Warzone, and it's bothersome.
Yeah. I don't know. I just can't wait for, season 3 so we can get, the DOS House remake and fucking Nuketown, even though that's not, even though
Yep.
that's not the right company.
Listen, knowing them, all we're going to be getting are remasters of old maps. They've lost all the drive to be creative.
Dog, building the border crossing map really took a lot out of them.
It really did. That many copying and pasting that many cars, that's a lot of work. And slightly rotating them,
I'll never get a Call of
that's
Duty sponsorship.
you don't need to. There's a lot of better games.
Fair enough.
Wait for your next Assassin's Creed to come out,
I'm losing all faith in Ubisoft.
bro. That's you know what? Name a brand that we're not slowly losing faith in.
I would say Naughty Dog, but
Listen, they're
I feel
they're up
like
in the
I
air.
feel like you're allowed one bad game. Because I mean Naughty Dog made the Uncharted series most recently and both of the Last of Us games. I feel like you're allowed one bad game.
Didn't they make the one that takes place in Britain that has to do with like rebellion and hacking and whatnot?
No, that was Ubisoft. That's Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs? Okay. Then yeah, okay. They've had one really, 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 really.
You're pandering here.
Okay, well, I dislike very much
So I
Mui
mean,
Batto.
looking at the roadmap, we're getting the Resurgence, and you can play a Sheik Island in DMZ. Cool. I have no problems with that whatsoever. We're getting a new assault rifle. We're getting our third assault rifle.
Hooray!
We're getting a shotgun that I'm pretty sure is going to be able to be fully automatic.
It's based off a Russian AK platform, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for the new Brecci.
We're getting a crossbow that you have to complete challenges in Warzone to unlock.
Don't like that much.
And then in season, we're getting what looks to be like a attack rifle that looks kind of like a Barrett without a scope.
Me likey. Well, I mean, what? So, do you think it's going to be a positive season or a very negative season?
I don't know. That's the thing that scares me the most. Would you consider season 1 to be a W or an L?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
I I've been losing more and more faith in just every Call of Duty. So I would have to say L. Unfortunately, it's an L.
It started off as a W.
Oh, I mean everything. I think we have to look at it the way of like we're going in with bright eyes and
Yeah.
after a while, they either get brighter or they dim. And with the last couple games, I did enjoy Cold War. I don't get much of the hate because I'm a Treyarch
I'm a Treyarch
guy.
fanboy.
I am, and zombies is my shit.
Absolutely.
But it's no matter what, it's all been going downhill, and it's only going to keep it up.
Yeah.
But I'm a pessimist. We can always cross our fingers and hope for a positive outcome.
For real. So moving on, there was a certain topic today on Twitter that was trending.
Yeah, baby, let's go to Cumtown.
Cumtown was trending on
Cumtown.
Twitter. And do you want to know why Cumtown was trending on Twitter?
Please give me the deets.
Allegedly, the U.S. government shot down a UFO over Alaska. At least that's what I saw on Twitter. Again, I'm just a fucking idiot that says stuff to make you laugh. Go do your own damn research.
It's also a comedy podcast, I believe I looked up, and then after that there was a lot of porn videos.
So, if this is true, we were more concerned about a town in Alaska named fucking Cumtown than we were about a UFO being shot down.
Yeah, no, that's America. That makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah. For real.
Man, imagine being an alien and the first one to actually get spotted and shot down, and you get shot down over Cumtown. Couldn't be me.
Yeah, that's insane to me. I mean, getting shot down over Cumtown, skill issue.
Yeah, I could listen. Kind of cringe. Not gonna lie. Aliens get better.
Could
Ratio.
not be me. Young boy
Oh,
better.
bro.
You fell off tremendously.
Not only did you fall off, you fell off over Cumtown.
Oh man. Well,
What else you got for us, Daddy-O?
I don't know, man. I think that might just about do it for us today. I mean,
Oh, well, buddy.
other than we could talk about Brett Favre suing media
Poor
personnel
people?
and former NFL players Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharp for defamation over his case of stealing welfare from people in Mississippi. Allegedly, might I add. Brett Favre,
allegedly.
do not come for my shit.
Or do. I'll fight you to the death, Brett Favre. I will.
But Brett Favre, Hall of Fame quarterback, stole allegedly quite a bit of money from the welfare and the people of Mississippi to pay for a volleyball. I believe, I'm not sure if it was a stadium or like a practice court or like a workout facility or what it was. Allegedly stole all that money to fund that for his granddaughter.
God, why volleyball, man? It's not even like sand volleyball.
I mean, allegedly, this guy fucking hates poor people.
Well, if you're gonna steal from... No, I won't make any jokes
Do
about
it.
that.
Do it. Do it.
If you're gonna steal from poor people, don't do it for volleyball. Dude,
Allegedly. And not only that, the guy, like, there's been text messages leaked, I guess. Allegedly, yes. That he fucking knew what was going on and that he was stealing from poor people. So you get caught being a sticky-fingered bandit, allegedly. Allegedly pulling a reverse Robin Hood, allegedly. Basically just giving a giant middle finger to the poor people of Mississippi, allegedly.
Fuck poor people. Allegedly.
Fuck poor people. And not only that, after you get caught, you double down and you sue for defamation.
That's not allegedly. He's definitely doing that.
Yeah, no, he's suing for defamation against Pat McAfee, which I don't know if you've ever watched the Pat McAfee show. Fantastic podcast, one of my favorites. And Shannon Sharp, a host of Undisputed with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, a talk show.
Oh?
On Fox.
Oh. Well, I don't watch a lot of Fox. You know, I just recently started getting into sports, so I might read up more into it so I can join the making fun of this, allegedly.
But, like, bro, you get caught, right? And instead of just being like, you know what, that's my bad. I shouldn't steal from poor people allegedly.
Allegedly.
I shouldn't steal from poor people allegedly. Then you want to go and sue the people who talked about it. Who, if you would have been like, you know what, I didn't do that, let me come on your show and let's talk about it. Would have been like, fuck yeah, dude, come on down.
No, I feel like immediately suing and not coming out, that's a sign of guilt,
It-
allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly just taking the food out of millions of Mississippi babies. Now, never mind.
Oh man, it's
It's getting out of hand,
it
allegedly.
it had to be Mississippi.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it was Mississippi.
But not only that, but then you elect to double down and sue the people for defamation. You have absolutely no fucking chance of winning because they all said allegedly.
The word, man, the word allegedly.
Allegedly.
Now we only allegedly were talking about this story.
Allegedly we were.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts to me. But
Sorry,
I mean, hey,
I was rethinking about the word allegedly, and it bothered. It doesn't sound like a word anymore.
but I mean, hey, to wrap up the plot points for this topic, Brett Favre allegedly fucking hates poor people. Suing Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharp for defamation of character. See you in court, pal. I guess that's what I would say if I were them.
Yeah, no, I mean, it should have been a little friendlier, buddy.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, no, God, we need to quit saying it. I hate the word.
All right. So I think that's going to do it here. Do you have any plot points you want to back up, or any major things you want to say to end the pod for this week's podcast?
No, just that there was a lot of deaths that we discussed. You know, getting crushed by a toilet, sucked into an engine of an airplane. Maybe aliens overcome town. They may have died. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But I think if you have anything positive to end us off on, you should.
Go Chiefs, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, Chiefs. It's gonna be a good game.
It is. Very excited.
And you know what? No matter what, we'll all be happy. That's not true. I know you.
We'll be drowning in piss if the Chiefs lose.
Listen, we can go find you a hydraulic urinal.
I'd take the hydraulic urinal over the jet engine.
I think I would too. At least they could recover some of your body.
So where is he? Well, he's over there, over there, over there. There's some of him over here. There's a few pieces over here.
They're mopping up him over there.
You're standing on him right now.
Fuck, man. Yeah, no, I'll take the urinal.
Yeah, I'll take the urinal. Honestly. I don't know, man, but I feel maybe the jet engine was like instant.
Listen,
But I mean, I can't even fathom the oh fuck me moment as you're getting sucked into a jet engine.
oh, you probably don't have enough time to be like, oh fuck. It's probably like,
I mean, is it anything like? Do you remember the fucking Scrat the squirrel?
oh, fucking Ice Age.
Yeah, I think he got sucked into a jet engine at one point on that.
Did he? It may have been in one of the new ones. I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way, stay away from urinals. Stay away from airplanes. Don't go to Cumtown.
Don't get an accent from prostate cancer.
Yeah, and stay out of Mississippi if you're poor.
Allegedly. Yeah. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that self-promotion YouTube shit. I'm Trent. This is Kendall. This has been the Sanity Conservation Squad, and we will see you guys next week. Everybody have a great week. Stay awesome. Go Chiefs.